Welcome to the multiverse of learning. Every day we travel to a different country and explore its most surprising secrets. Today, we enter a land of contrasts, cultural richness, and unforgettable landscapes. Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast was once the largest ivory trading hub in Africa, which gave the country its name. Today, it is considered one of the wealthiest nations in West Africa, once nicknamed one of the four tigers of Africa. More than 69 ethnic groups live here, each with its own customs, languages, and beliefs, making it a deeply diverse nation. When people think of Ivory Coast, many immediately think of cocoa, and for good reason. The country is the world's largest producer of cocoa and cashews, and it is also among the leaders in natural rubber production. However, even though the economy ranks among the strongest on the continent, prosperity is not evenly shared. The welfare system is still developing, and many citizens face challenges in education and healthcare. In education, enrollment rates in primary and secondary schools remain low, and by 2020, adult illiteracy hovered around 55%. Healthcare is also a major challenge. On average, there are only 9 doctors for every 100,000 people, and life expectancy is barely 58 years. Located in West Africa, Ivory Coast sits on the coast of the Gulf of Guinea. It has a 550-kilometer coastline along the Atlantic Ocean. It borders Liberia, Guinea, Mali, Ghana, and Burkina Faso. The country covers more than 322,000 square kilometers and is home to over 31 million people. Society is divided into major ethnic groups: the Akan, who make up 42% of the population and are mainly engaged in agriculture and trade; the Mande, about 27%, known for their craftsmanship; and the Kru and Volta groups, which together make up nearly a third of the population, primarily engaged in fishing along the coast. The political capital of Ivory Coast is Yamoussoukro, a modern city with wide avenues and monumental buildings. But the true economic heartbeat lies in Abidjan, known as the commercial capital, a vibrant city with skyscrapers, bustling port activity, and markets that reflect the region's dynamism. French is the official language, but around 60 local languages are still spoken. This linguistic wealth reflects the country's cultural diversity. The government promotes bilingual education, combining French with indigenous languages to preserve traditions. Ivorian culture shines through its music, its traditional dances, and its crafts, especially the tribal masks that symbolize identity and spirituality. The flag of Ivory Coast consists of 3 vertical stripes in orange, white, and green. Orange represents the tropical savanna and vitality. White symbolizes peace and unity, and green represents the forests and hope. Historically, the Kru and the Senufo were among the first peoples to settle in the region. In the 11th century, the Senufo established the Kingdom of Kong, a key commercial hub in West Africa. From the 15th century onward, Portuguese, Dutch, and French powers expanded along the coast, and in 1893 Ivory Coast was officially declared a French colony. The country gained independence in 1960, but in the years that followed it endured military coups and civil wars until regaining stability in 2011 with international assistance. Today, Ivory Coast is an active member of the Economic Community of West African States and the African Union. Its economy still relies heavily on agriculture. Nearly half of the population works in farming. Ivorian cocoa is so important that 2 out of every 3 cocoa beans in the world come from this region. The country is also a major exporter of rubber and minerals, making it an economic engine for West Africa. Ivory Coast is a country of contrasts: tradition and modernity, wealth and hardship, challenges and resilience. But above all, it is a land that continues to surprise the world with its culture, its diversity, and its strength. What impressed you most about Ivory Coast? Leave your thoughts in the comments and join us tomorrow as we continue our journey to another corner of the planet, here in the multiverse of learning.